Excuse me, before we progress.
How unprecedented.
I can't help but remember that Senator Amanda referred to the Iraqi people as sponge of formed little round people.
He was referring to the whole Middle East, but continue.
Yes, and I for one was offended because my uncle twice removed is Iraqi, and I would like to challenge him to a duel.
How even more unprecedented.
Do you accept?
I do. Choose your what?
Non sequitur. Choose your referee.
His Honorable Mr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is another point in my court that no other court in America has. The game of non sequitur works like this. I'll point to each player, one at a time, and they will have to say a random word. If I find any connection between the two words, they will be called out. This is a sudden death, lightning round match. The first one to make any connection to any other word will lose, and lose his honor. We'll start with Mr. Amanda. Begin.
Iraqi sponge people.
Saturn.
Excellence in writing.
Toenail.
Flippity gibbet.
Please make them real words.
A clown. Cookie cutter.
I had a cookie cutter when I was younger that was shaped like a clown. I love you and I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to award Mr. Amanda points.
Go ahead and be racist.
I object, Your Honor. That is not racist. It is a mere fact that the Iraqi people are sponges.
And I can see that now.
Soak up his tears, young man. Soak up his
I
tears.
think we've all learned a lot. And offensively lot. Prosecution, your witness.
In your time.
Mr. Katz, a pillar, you stated that you were in the room when the senator looked up on his computer, Google World, and so and so and so forth, correct?
I had metamorphosized by that point. However, my hearing is exceptional.
So you also stated that you flew out of the room directly before said computering. Or did I mishear? Or do you want a lamp, perhaps, or a ceiling, or...
No, I was in the room.
So you gave the illusion of flying out of the room and then stayed in the room. Is that true?
Quite the opposite. You are obviously not understanding the transformation that one butterfly goes through.
Well, are you a caterpillar or a butterfly?
Well, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly.
And then flies, correct?
Flies. Correct.
So, directly after you metamorphosized into a butterfly, you flew. And in flying, you landed on some object, and was the senator aware that you were still in the room? Which, remembering, we didn't see you in the room in your testimony.
I believe that is beside the point.
I believe it's the exact point. Are you saying that the senator said all these things without your knowledge, without the knowledge of you being in the room?
Have you seen a butterfly's antennae? They are long, perceptive, and yes, they do hear and pick up on certain things that you, hominid, would never know.
I object to that, sir, but we'll get on with this case. You also stated that... you didn't state. I want to ask you this question. Where exactly did this conversation take place? What state?
It was not in a state. It was in a district. A district so bountifully plentiful with pollen that I had little traveling to go before I found my first meal.
Was this the District of Columbia?
Yes, that's correct. I
Mr.
believe
Pillar.
so.
Oh, and you also stated that it was very dry there. Are you implying that it's very dry in the District of Columbia? Have you ever been to the District of Columbia?
In August, it is very dry.
It is. Well, I have a piece of evidence which I would like to put into evidence. It was found in your apartment in the District of Columbia. This is a pineapple. Now, you're all very aware where pineapples grow and what kind of climate they grow in. Very tropical climate.
Moist, if you will.
Very, very moist. Extremely moist. I like that word, Your Honor, moist. The reason I like that word, Your Honor, is because pineapples could not possibly grow in the District of Columbia if it was not moist and wet, if it was very dry. This caterpillar has stated that he was in a dry climate. That's why he turned back into a caterpillar and not into a butterfly. Your Honor! I will let you draw your conclusions at this time.
That was good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're catching on.
May I, Your Honor?
Hey, you what?
May I bring something to the floor that the prosecution has failed to recognize?
No!
Objection! Yes!
No!
Yes!
Oh. I stick by my objection. If it ruins my case, I don't want to hear it.
Both of you give me a knock-knock joke, and who's ever is funnier, they get to decide.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh. In order to do that part.
Yeah.
Try again. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The handsomest.
The handsomest who?
The handsomest judge that I ever laid eyes on.
Is at my door.
Oh, let's set it up.
Okay, so
So
I'm
you're in your
So knock, knock.
apartment. You're in your apartment.
all right.
And I'm flowers. I'm coming up to you with my
Wonder what's on
flowers.
Heroes tonight.
This might be the one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The handsomest.
The handsomest who?
The handsomest judge that I ever
Get out of my apartment! You can't just open my door like that.
Knock. Knock.
Who's there?
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar of justice! I had a good lecture that day on knock knock jokes.
Jury liked that one better, so I don't even really remember what we're deciding. So. Why don't you just take the floor?
Good!
Okay, go for it.
If I may continue,
Didn't work out the way I
obviously the prosecution does not know what a caterpillar is.
Please.
Caterpillar is an insect. Insects, as we know, transform over time into moths, into butterflies, in my case. And in my case, I turned into a butterfly, flown to Hawaii, and got in that pineapple, and brought it back to D.C. Hence the explanation, the pineapple in my apartment.
Yes, I agree, Your Honor.
I got a question. What kind of butterfly are you exactly?
I am a monarch butterfly, usually ranging from 6 to 8 inches across.
Objection, this is a family show!
However, that is merely my wingspan. Good people, keep your wits about you. However, my caterpillar's thick state, it gained much weight due to the consumption of many delicious leaves.
And what about the fact that you can talk?
That I picked up from my old grandfather.
Who could also talk?
He was a butterfly connoisseur.
I'd like to see that, Your Honor.